Hey guys, this is Erik Sords here with Marissa Lewis. This is our sixth podcast for US Power, the podcast. If you're interested in going solar, call us at 818-650-8010 or visit our website at sunpowerestimate.com. Today's a special episode. We're going to talk about our company and how it was founded. Marissa Lewis is my wife and co-founder here at US Power, and we wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for her. So we wanted to bring her on. She's kind of behind the scenes. She's our HR person, but one of the reasons we're growing so fast is she is ruthless with hiring and finding very good people, talented people in all traits, whether that be in operations, digital marketing, sales specifically, because we're a sales org. But anyways, wanted to bring her on and talk about the story behind the making of this company. You know, we're still a young company. We're
3 years.
3 years in business now. Marissa and I met in the solar industry, actually working at another company, which is a pretty cool story. We'll get into that. But long story short, after we fell in love and started having bigger ideas as a couple, and just like many couples starting to dream together, we thought we could do our own thing and we could do it better, and that's what we're doing. So anyways, hey Marissa, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and in your role here at US Power, what you do?
All right. So my name is Marissa, and I've been working in the solar industry about 7 years now. And, I originally was in fashion for a long time and decided that I wanted to change careers. So I applied for a job in the solar industry and got the job.
Yep.
And my role was to hire people at a solar company. And, I started hiring people, and then you were there. And you ended up leaving the company.
Yeah.
You ended up leaving the company, came back, asked me out. And I was a little hesitant at first because I was just starting a new role, and I didn't want to get in a relationship.
Get caught up.
Right. Get caught up.
With a young, good-looking guy.
Yes, exactly. And, I, turned you down at first, but.
You did. Turned me down multiple times.
Right. But, he was very persistent.
I'm a sales guy.
Yeah.
Don't take no for an answer very easily.
Exactly. And so I then decided to go out with you, and you ended up leaving the industry, and I brought you back in.
Yep.
And then
it's a great story. It's a really good story. And then things took off.
Things took off.
Things took off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was actually, this was years ago, and I was just in those days really opening up to like Bitcoin, and we're big Bitcoiners as a family. Crypto is going to be a big part of the energy business. A lot of folks still don't believe it or understand in it, but it is an energy currency. So it's backed by electricity. And in those days, I was so excited about it. I wanted to start a mining company. So, and in my hometown, we have some very cheap energy. So I was looking into real estate. I was putting together a business plan. I had gone down the path of starting a mining company. And then I was going into other types of blockchain technology where we would securitize assets, digital assets, and was creating businesses around mining and that type of a thing. So I walked it. I came back after leaving this company, and it wasn't a bad leaving. I was one of their top door knockers at the time. I was an opener. But I wanted to go do my own thing. And she walked in right before, and I remember they actually wanted me to take you out door knocking that day to show you what we do.
Right.
And I was like, no, I don't want to, because I knew I was going to, fall head over heels for her. And I didn't tell them yet, but I was on my way out. So long story short, I didn't end up doing that. But when I came back to drop off my shirt, that's when I got her number. And I think you had even auditioned me once. Do you remember that? Like
Yeah.
there was one time because I do some acting and I was doing, selling solar was my waiting tables job. As an actor, I was auditioning here in LA and acting and producing and writing, and instead of waiting tables like so many actors do in New York or in LA or other jobs that we do to get by, driving Uber, I sold solar. I thought that was something that I was very passionate about, anyways, and I was good at, and. Yeah, I remember that she had actually auditioned me at one point. I said, "Hey, can you hold the camera for me while I do an audition?" And that was one of those original times we kind of felt like we liked each other. Or at least I liked her. Yeah, I was getting the feeling she didn't like me very much after a few rejections, but and not hard rejections, just like she says, she was, new in the industry and wasn't trying to, get involved, at a new job, et cetera. But, I ended up doing crypto stuff for quite a few years, and I had a few projects that got really close to taking off. One was a show about cryptocurrency that went through most of the big networks, got really close, attached to a lot of big actors, and just wasn't able to secure the money. And at that point, I wasn't a closer either. I wasn't used to having money or wasn't good with money at that point. And I think when you are an entrepreneur and you're closing investments or moving money, closing deals, you need to be in a healthy place on your money and how money works, and not be afraid of money, especially when you ask people for money every day. You really need to not be afraid of it. And so I had gone through a series of failures to the point where I was even working at a gold company at one point that ended up getting raided by the FBI. I left that company right before that happened. If you guys have ever seen the movie Boiler Room, it was a level up from Boiler Room. It was an extremely high intensity sales job. And I was a very good opener for them in terms of getting people interested in buying gold. But when they transitioned me to becoming a closer, I learned that in the close, they would sell half ounce coins instead of ounce coins, and where they would take 50% of people's investments with one transaction. And when I learned that, immediately I called Marissa and I said, and at that point we were, I don't know, were we married at that point? No, we were dating for about a year and a half or so.
We didn't get married until 2022.
2022.
Because of COVID.
COVID
happened.
Yeah.
Right after you left that gold company.
Exactly. Yeah. I remember we got kind of married ourselves in the kitchen at one point because our wedding had been postponed 3 times or something.
Right.
But long story short, I left that gold company, and I was still pursuing my show and trying to make the dream happen. And I was driving Uber. I crashed my Uber, and I was just in a moment where I was like, everything I do doesn't work. Everything I'm doing right now, I'm good, but I just can't get this to work. And Marissa was like, Eric, you're really good at selling solar. Come back into the industry. And it was one of those moments where I remember sitting on the side of the road, my hands in my head in my hands, and I called Marissa, and she said that, and I just submitted, and I was grateful to have a job, and grateful to be working with an organization. Again, it was a different solar company, but it was a good company, and they sold a similar product. So I knew that it was a good product, and they weren't stealing from anybody, which was very important to me. And I was grateful. And I remember going back, starting at the bottom as a door knocker. And that's when my skills as a salesperson exploded, where I just, I remember saying, like, I'm so grateful to be selling something I believe in and doing work that gives to people. Right. And, at that point, I started getting 3 appointments per day, which is very good in our industry. If you can knock on doors and get 3 good appointments every single day, that's really, really, really good. And started really feeling the energy of this electric revolution that's happening, and the zeitgeist of the solar revolution, not just here in California, but across the country. And a fire lit up inside of me. And all of a sudden, things started changing for us. at one point, then I was at that company and I realized that they weren't really giving salespeople fair commission. So I went to another company, which I discussed with Marissa, and she was fine with that. And then at one point, after being that company's top salesperson, and then the next company's not just top salesperson, but basically doing 95% of all their sales, I said to myself, and with Marissa, hey, maybe we should do our own thing. We're pretty good. And that's where US Power was born. Marissa actually came up with the name for the company.
I did.
Yeah.
I thought it was a strong name and, very American.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
it works.
Yeah, it works. It works.
Yeah.
So, that's a little bit about our story in founding the company.
Right.
So, which is, and it's still early days.
Yeah. It's very early, and, solar is, hasn't even taken off like it should yet. It's still a long way to go, but, we're right in the beginning stages of solar.
Yes.
And we have a long journey ahead of us.
Yep.
But, we're very excited and passionate about solar and renewable energy and the benefits that it brings to the community.
To the world.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing, I was thinking about this last night after coming home. The American market, is the best market on the planet for adopting home-owned renewable energy because we own our homes here in America.
Right.
And the way America is set up is we have sprawling suburbs, right, with big homes and big rooftops. Where in many countries, Europe and a lot throughout Asia, you have a lot of high rises, right, where people own apartments and they don't have ownership of a roof or a piece of land. And and here in America, everybody owns their home, or that is the coveted American dream, is to own your home, which is most of the time your best asset. And it's an asset class that is going to continue to go up in value. So, here in the American market, we feel that we can bring the most solar to the world as fast as possible, which is going to help, climate change and bring more energy to the planet, which is really very necessary right now. I mean, everybody in America around the world is getting electric cars. We're transitioning off of gas heat. We're going to electric heat, electric AC. Obviously, we're going to be using a lot more energy with AI. So I've heard recently that one AI search uses 17 times what a Google search uses. So in general, we're really, really in need of more electricity, and that's the service that we want to bring to the world. Is that? And again, U.S. Power. It's up to you to think of what it means. You could say United States Power. United Solar Power, was the original impetus. United Social Power, but up for interpretation on what you want that U.S. or us as a community power, what you think that means to you. But anyways, we have a little fun here. Marissa, why don't you tell them about some of the stuff we do here at US Power?
So,
just in case anybody wants to come and work for us.
Yes.
Our doors are open and we're always hiring for salespeople.
We are. We're always hiring for salespeople and, door knockers as well. But, we bring a lot of energy and fun, and it gives you a young feeling, a feeling of freshness here at US Power, and a sense of family and a sense of community. And, we definitely thrive on that. We, enjoy making everyone feel welcomed here and happy, and, all those good things that come with working at a company. We do company events where every quarter where no one is
VIP suites.
Usually
go to Lakers game or Kings game or get a boat.
Yeah, or
I think we're going to
Galaxy
game,
right?
And we get a big suite.
And everyone's invited.
Everybody,
not just
not just the salespeople.
Not just the salespeople. You don't have to win a competition to be able to go. We want to include the whole team, everyone that works here, so we can show that no one gets left behind and that we're all a big team. And that everyone that is part of this team has contributed to the wins, and we all win together.
Yeah, it's critical. We've worked at companies in the past where not everybody was celebrated,
Right.
right? So,
Yeah.
if you're a secretary or an engineer or someone in the operations department, a lot of times they were left behind,
Yeah.
and all the credit went to the sales team,
Right.
the sales guys or girls who were, out there knocking down big numbers. And that created a lot of division in companies that we had worked at before, where a lot of anxiety between coworkers, a lot of hate actually,
Right.
where, because, obviously, in sales, you can make really good money. It's a very difficult thing to do. I always train our guys and tell our guys, that's why, sales is the highest paid job in the world. It's one of the hardest things to do.
But still, it goes to your point is we don't want to leave anyone out. Everyone is included because everyone contributes to the success of the company.
Exactly. And, our operations team that we're building here, our marketing department, which brings in more and more leads every day. And our operations team is really critical to keeping our customers happy. They're calling our customers every week to make sure that they're up to date on what's happening with their designs, their permits, their site surveys, scheduling the installations, post-installation, calling the customers to make sure that they're satisfied, that the design is to a T what they had requested.
And we're really providing a white glove service for our customers, because when we care about our customers, then they bring referrals and they feel good.
Exactly.
And that's what matters to US Power.
Exactly. And it's, it's like, it's our family. So,
Right.
Marissa and I don't have any children yet, but we do feel like this is our family. And she's really the house mother. So I'm kind of like the fun, go lucky dad who can, get a little grumpy sometimes. And
And
I think everybody's seen me get a little frustrated once in a while,
Yeah.
steering the ship here.
Yeah.
But
I always try to keep it happy and light and fun and try to bring some energy to the company.
brings energy. Marissa brings a huge amount of energy. And that's the funny thing. Like, I really give her a lot of credit for me too, because, and something that gives me a lot of power is, and I'm a very powerful salesperson. And I say that humbly. But the way I was able to become good and stay a student, and that's one of the things in sales, is you can never think you're the best. You have to always be a student. There's always things you can learn. I continue to go out every other day and knock on doors, even though I theoretically don't have to. We have a whole team of folks that go out because it keeps me sharp. It keeps me engaged with customers, what they're feeling, what their psychology is in the field at that time. It keeps me humble, knowing that I still go out just like everybody else and put my knuckles to the wood to generate new business. They're also very good leads. But for me, I had to, one of the things that helped me really step my game up was, becoming a husband. And, that's not for everybody. We're not trying to push that on anybody because everyone's got their own journey. But, I was, and I don't want to, beat myself up, but I wasn't really a man until I had met Marissa in a way. I was still kind of that boy mindset, paying my rent, making my car payment, going out, having fun. And when I met Marissa, all of a sudden, and I had a lot of vision before then, but my vision was really magnified. And I started seeing visions of the future. And I've always seen, the future to an extent, but I really started seeing things clearly. And it was because all of a sudden I had this foundation, right? I had this core foundation. And I also had a wife that I wanted to build something with. And that's when a lot of things started falling into place for me. But also, building a business, you have to, and I think the really successful, businesses, it takes a village. It takes a village. And if you're thinking that it's all you and, at the end of the day, you're really not going to succeed, I believe. And for me, one of the things that's been happening is, being able to delegate and let people, have more responsibility and understanding that I couldn't be doing this on my own. And, that's where Marissa really is. I'm kind of like, and again, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I'm like Alexander the Great out there on the front lines fighting. And whereas Marissa's she's like a general in the back building the corporation, right? She's the corporation builder, which is exciting,
Yeah. And I've built many corporations in the past, and, just falling into this opportunity was perfect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, it was super, super exciting. It was super exciting. And I actually watched her too. So that was one of the things, because when you go into business with your wife, and that's not for everybody, but it is really nice when it works. It's magical, because every day we're in the office, it's like we're home. But I did watch her build an organization from 5 people to 50 people. And so I knew firsthand that she had the capability to be she was a big boss. And for me, that was, I like the idea of, I guess some men, they want a woman that's, going to be at the country club and, playing tennis during the day while they're out there, making the bread. For me, I prefer having a partner that is fighting the battle with me every day, that really understands the obstacles that we go through, and can console and be a bouncing board, but also be a generator of ideas. And that's Marissa in a nutshell. Is she comes up with so many brilliant ideas. I mean, we opened a retail store. Actually, we were one of the first solar companies to open up a retail store. Over here in Topanga,
The mall,
the Westfield Mall, which is a very high-end mall. And, that was Marissa's brainchild. She had been working on similar concepts with other companies over the years, where they would go out to, what were those events called? Home shows, trade shows. And the model worked. And so we opened up a actual store in the mall, which was profitable for us.
Right, it was.
And we were the first to do it. No one has done that yet. And it was a great experience. We did pull the plug on it a few months ago, just because
the contract ended, and we,
the economy's been a little weird, and there was a lot of robberies in that mall specifically. So we got out at the right time.
Yeah.
But while we were there, we generated a ton of customers, generated a ton of good business, made a good profit. And it's a model that we definitely want to go back to at some point.
Yeah.
But these are the types of things that, as a partner, you're always like, damn, I'm so grateful, to have, a lioness of a wife who wakes up just as excited as I do every morning to do the work we do. So it's a real blessing. It's a real blessing.
It's exciting work, and bringing these opportunities to the community is something that you really want to wake up for early every morning.
Yeah. And I think, if you're interested in a quote, call us. We do a great job, 818-650-8010. But, we're a diverse organization too. I think we stand apart because, there's a husband and a wife that run US Power, and, we run it like a family, and we treat our customers like family too. Like, we really go hard.
We care.
Almost to the point where we get shot in the foot sometimes, because we're so communicative to our customers. We really go the extra mile to make sure that, their systems are up and running exactly as promised. All the warranties are there. All the production is there. They have full peace of mind that everything's gone properly with their local utility. And we always pick up our phone.
But can you let them know where's the website?
Sunpowerestimate.com. If you're interested in a quote, go to sunpowerestimate.com.
Or you can go to uspower.us if that's easier for you.
uspower.us is another site that you can sign up for a quote on. But it's easy.
Or follow our Instagram or TikTok, US Power US, all one word, because we have a lot of fun there too.
We sure do. Well, I think that's it. Anything else you want to talk about, Marissa?
No, I mean, yes. We just want to let you guys know that we are here to serve you. We do a really good job in everything that we do. And we go hard for everyone, all of our customers, our family, our friends. So if you want to capitalize on that.
Yeah, we have a motto here,
Yeah.
which is give and you shall receive, take and you shall be taken from. So we're big givers here. We realize that the more we give, the more blessings that come.
And that's true with the universe,
Exactly. There's a lot of companies out there that, they bait and switch. They don't do what they say they're going to do. Yeah. They're in and out of business. They're not ethical. And there's a lot of good companies out there too. But we've realized, and this is what's been happening to us is, you give more, you give a bit bigger tip. You go a little bit bigger on the apartment, right? It's when you're apartment shopping and there's one that's just a little out of reach. You go get a little more, and more comes. All of a sudden, you go for something you think that you can't afford, and all of a sudden, a promotion comes or a new customer comes, and it's that abundance mindset that we really strive to have here, and it works.
Just one of the books that I think helped us in the beginning, sort of in the middle of our relationship. That we attached to and we were just really invested in is a book called The Secret. Rhonda.
Yeah. Shout out to Rhonda Burns.
Rhonda Burns.
Yeah. All 3 books.
All 3. So
Secret of Money,
Secret of Health, and Secret of Relationships.
Exactly.
So we were, heavy on those books. Yeah. I believe in 2020.
Yeah, we were reading them.
Yeah, those books are about manifestation, and
exactly.
They really helped us manifest.
And it works. It's real technology, guys. Yeah. We like to talk about solar, obviously, but whatever industry you're working in, these are really good books to wrap your head around because this is what we call universal technology. Yeah. It's the type of technology that comes from your mind that you can apply to anything you do, and it's worked miracles for us.
It has.
And we believe we're going to go the distance.
Yes.
And we have big plans, but these are tools that we've employed and put in our toolbox, and we still listen to them. Like when I'm having a bad day, sometimes I'm in traffic. I'm like, oh, this traffic sucks. Marissa's like, Rhonda Burns,
The Secret,
because in her book she'll be like, when you're in bad traffic, something, this traffic is amazing, and then all of a sudden the traffic materializes to be good. That doesn't always happen like that.
No, it doesn't.
But
not in LA.
It's the attitude.
Yes.
It's the attitude of when things aren't going right, which is life. That happens every day. Customers cancel, or things can't, work out always. Instead of being super negative and complaining about it and giving power to the things that you can't control, just being aware that it is what it is, and being positive about the situation. A lot of things just recently happened with in the solar industry that are shaking things up. But for us, it's a really good thing because we've already been gearing up to have our own operations center here to do a lot of customer service. And so change for us has become a very good thing because we really try to take a positive attitude. And it's not easy. It is not easy. If anybody struggles with it, it's me. I have to work on not complaining and this and that, and or harping on stuff. I'm a big harper. I loop. I could have done it that way. I could have done it that way. If I just said that. If I just done that. If I just done that with this customer. So letting go and moving forward is really important. But we definitely recommend those books.
Yeah, definitely recommend those books. They're very motivating and helpful.
Yep.
And is there anything else that you would recommend?
Well, I would always recommend some Grant Cardone for my salespeople.
Right.
Closer Survival Guide, 10X. Or one book that I live by is The 4 Agreements. That's a really good one. Never take anything personally. Always do your best. Mm-hmm. Don't make any assumptions. And your word is impeccable, meaning always tell the truth. And that's hard too. Sometimes, especially in sales, you want to candy coat stuff, right? But when you're honest and you're upfront with customers, it's always the best experience, because even if it's something that someone doesn't want to hear, at least you've gotten it out of the way. Not everything is perfect in life. Sometimes you have to wait. 6 months for a permit with batteries because it's got to go through plan check and the fire department has to say yes. And the customer doesn't want to hear that, but we can't do anything about it. So it's best to be honest. So anyways, a lot of knowledge we can continue to drop, but we just wanted to introduce Marissa.
I'll be back, guys.
She'll be back on the show. Again, if you're interested in going solar, give us a call, 818-650-8010, sunpowerestimate.com or uspower.us. Fastest growing sun power dealer in the country right now. We're super excited to be working in this industry and grateful to have you guys as customers or possible salespeople in the future.
Or listeners.
Or listeners. Have a great day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.